In this tutorial, we'll be adding a new page to our website. We're going to be copying this page from Wikipedia, so you can use it as a test case for copying a page from your own site. We're logged into our Drupal 7 site, and we're logged in as an editor. So I've got a toolbar shortcut here to add a page, add event, add content, which will allow us to add any content that we are able to, that we have permission to. So let's click Add Content, and you'll see it'll give me the option to add basic page, which is a web page in this case, a blog entry, events, newsletter, or a web form. So we'll look at a basic page, and we click this up. It's going to open our editor with the WYSIWYG view and some other options down here that we'll look at in a minute. So we're going to go to the Drupal page on Wikipedia and copy some text from this page. And just highlight it, Control C, Control V, copy, paste, and you can see here it is. It brings it in with the formatting. It's recommended, I recommend that you highlight all the text, and you can either do that with dragging the mouse or Control A to select it all, and then pressing the eraser. And what that does is it removes the formatting and removes a lot of the tags that may not be used. When you bring it in from another page, some WYSIWYG editors like FrontPage, even Dreamweaver, Adobe PageMill, they will add a lot of extra proprietary tags. It's best to have these stripped out so you can have a clean document to start with. So if you hit the eraser, you can then go back and quickly apply any of the styles that you had before. You can see it keeps all the links. We can edit the links just as we showed you in the basic WYSIWYG editor video. And the links take you right back to Wikipedia. So we'll go there. So we're going to go back and now grab the picture, this picture from Wikipedia. And I'm going to right click on it and save the image into my demo directory here. And then I'm going to come back here and use this media button over here in the far right hand corner. And what this will allow us to do is either browse our existing library of images or upload images that we have on our computer. So we save that one image, and here it is. I'm going to click on it and upload it to the site by hitting the submit button. You can see it brings it in. By default, it puts it in the large format. I can change that and say, I want to make this an original. These large and preview and link, these are different image styles that have been predefined for this website. Those can be changed, and we'll talk about that in a later video. So we're going to just keep this the original size. It's good for SEO to put in here a description of what the picture is. And submit it. You can see it adds to the content very cleanly. Perfect. Now I can click on that image if I want to do some formatting of it and click the regular image icon. And in this case, I can actually adjust the alignment. So I'm going to align it right hand side. You get a little preview of how it happens, how it shows up on the page with the Latin text. And I can adjust the horizontal spacing, which is to the left or right. So I can say 10, and you can see it adds that on the fly. And we can also add some vertical space. And go OK. And you can see there is our image. Let's give this page a title. If I can type. And we'll scroll down and look at some of these other options. This is full text. You've got some options here, text format. If you are editing this, not all page types have the same text format. Because this is a web page, I have the full HTML page. But if we were to change this to filtered HTML, you'll see all of a sudden I can see all the code in there. And if I change it to plain text, also, you can see all the specific Wikipedia code in the HTML. So I'm going to change it to full HTML and then go to the beginning of the D here. I want to get rid of the white space at the top of the page. So I'm just going to press the backspace key. And that should work, but if it doesn't, you can go up here and try to do it Sometimes it helps to glance at the source, and you can see right at the top there's this empty space paragraph. And I can just clean that up. I also look at the bottom and make sure there's no trailing lines at the bottom of my document here. The description, this may or may not be on your site. This is a meta description. It's good to be very descriptive on what this page is. It should not be more than a line or so in text, and this may help your SEO. If we want to provide a menu link, you check the box menu link. It fills in by default what I call the page, and we're going to change this to just say Drupal. And then you get to pick where it is. Right now, I only have one menu that this can go in, so we'll add it to the main menu. And I can see that these others are all in caps, so I will make this one match that. We can look at some of these other options here. We've got revision information. By default, it does create a new revision, so that means every time you save the page, it will save the older page. So then you could go back and view those other revisions. URL path setting, this is very important if you are taking an existing site and moving it into Drupal. You want to make sure that the link is the same so you don't lose all the traffic from your search engines. So what I can do on this Wikipedia example, I want to take just from the first / and copy that URL and paste it in here. Then change this, say I don't want an automatic alias. I want to use this alias from Wikipedia or from your old site, and that will remember that. The automatic alias works quite well if it's a new page, and it will give it it'll give you a URL based on the name of the page. So it'll create a very friendly, readable URL. The authoring information, it should put your name in there by default, and you can change that if you've got permission to. You can also change the date that it was authored on if you want to, for whatever reason, change the date of this posting. And the publishing options. This is important. If you are working on a page and you don't want it to show up, you just make it unpublished. Now we'll save this, and we'll see what happens on our site. You can see it's not in any of our menus yet, but we told it to be in the menu because the page is not published. You can still edit it and view it as an editor, but nobody else will be able to see it unless it is published. So let's publish it, and then it should show up in this menu.